The U.S. Air Force plans to have key geographical regions ready by 2019 for the mission data files. That's an existing data library of known threats specific to certain areas around the world. Some of the engineering of these have been behind. They are catching up quickly. And when it comes to certain areas, the idea is to recognize a threat in the air or the ground, compare it against existing information so that pilots know almost instantaneously what it is they're fighting against, what their target might be, and therefore what the threat might be. Now, the Air Force doesn't, of course, talk details about exactly which aircraft will be part of this catalog, but it's a pretty safe assumption that cutting-edge Russian and Chinese fighters will be added to the database in terms of something that the F-35 will be able to recognize. Now, a lot of this will be enabled, according to Admiral Winter, who is the Program Executive Officer of the F-35 program, by growing iterations of artificial intelligence, algorithms which will further enable what he calls fusion. There's much discussion about how various sensors on the F-35 are organized. Incoming information is recognized by computer algorithms and assisting what's called man-machine interface, or lessening the cognitive burden. In this case, a wide array of information can be synthesized and presented to the pilot. Navigational information, targeting information, various kinds of avionics can be available on a single screen. So if you look at what the F-35 is currently engineered with, there's something called EOTS, Electro-Optical Targeting System. That's designed to recognize things from far away, so that you combine that with a radar warning receiver or something like the mission data files and you know what you're fighting against. Now, while the F-35 is engineered to dogfight, it's based on the premise technically that it will be able to see and destroy enemy threats far before it itself is ever detected. F-35 also has something called DAS, Distributed Aperture System, which is a 360-degree camera technology, so the pilot can literally look down, see beneath the aircraft, and know exactly in a hemispheric way where threats might be and where they're coming from. And a key portion of this AI is also in some cases to better enable weapons and targeting. The F-35 is being engineered to accommodate new weapons as they emerge. Something like the Small Diameter Bomb 2 will be entering in the early 2020s. That uses a tri-mode seeker, millimeter wave, laser technology, or RF, to find its way to targets from as far as 40 nautical miles. This gives you an ability to attack targets that are on the move, change course in flight, and bring a new dimension of attack technology to the air. They also recently fired an AIM-9X. That is now operational. That allows a pilot to fire what they call off-bore sight, so that you can hit a target that's not directly in front of you. You could hit one even behind you due to the targeting technology of the airplane. So all of this is poised to bring the aircraft into Block 4 software. So there's much discussion about the Chinese stealthy J-20 or the Russian 5th generation aircraft, the PAC-50, along with the Su-27, Su-35, and then on the Chinese side there's the J-30 and of course the J-10, regarded in some circles as somewhat equivalent to the F-15. You have all of these enemy fighters, which it is safe to assume are being cataloged and put in part of this database, and it's better prepared in the event that it has to engage in massive air-to-air warfare. Kris Osborn, Warrior Maven.